I want you guys to see this. Oh my gosh, so much stuff's happening. So, Swiss Peace Conference was also clandestine war planning for Ukraine. Okay, so the so-called peace conference held in Switzerland this past weekend was also a very planning session for the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The details below were supposed to be closely guarded secrets. Okay, so this is information has come from the peace conference held in Switzerland this past weekend, revealing that Ukraine has been ordered to launch another counter-offensive against Russia within 45 days. So this counter-offensive must drive to the Sea of Azov Sea and all the way to Crimea. If this sounds vaguely familiar, it is similar scenarios last summer, which proved to be an utterly disastrous failure. That prior counteroffensive caused huge loss of men and equipment. As of now, 21 of the 31 Abrams tanks sent to bolster last year's offensive have been either severely damaged or completely destroyed. The remaining 10 have been pulled from the battlefield. The Ukraine Army commander, Field Marshal Syrskyi, was given 45 days to organize and prepare a counter-offensive in the Kharkov region and Zaporizhzhia. But more importantly, this new plan is to include NATO. Okay, have I not said about Russia, NATO, China? All of them team up against the United States. I mean, it's all right here. And then he was also ordered to attack, the nuclear power plant, which we've seen that. Intelligence sources are telling me there will be extensive NATO nation involvement in the coming offensive with the usual qualifier that such involvement will only include equipment, advisors, support, and logistics. The United States assured Ukraine they will order the transfer all currently produced Patriot and NASAMS air defense systems to Ukraine. Our allies will be left with precisely 9 Patriot missile launchers acquired from the U.S. last year that are presently seen deployed in Warsaw, Poland, must go to Ukraine. So worse, the U.S. told allies it is sending to Ukraine air defense missiles they were contracted for purchase by other countries. The in-production missiles paid for by other countries are being redirected to Ukraine, and the original purchaser country will now have to wait until later to get what they paid for. Okay, so this is starting tomorrow, which is also happens to be the full strawberry moon day and the first day of summer, full day. Okay, so starting a temporary air bridge will be established between the United States and Poland to transfer armored vehicles and ammunition, tanks and infantry fighting vehicles with BRDMs of Swedish, Italian, and German production will be transferred by ship from Romania and Bulgaria. Storm Shadow and ATACMS missiles are being accumulated in Kherson and Dnepr. Repair shops will be set up in the underground parking lots of shopping centers. So that's where the civilians are. I have dreamt about this stuff with this overseas war and NATO getting involved in all of this. This stuff is just, I can't even say it's a deja vu. This is just prophecy coming off of the pages. I mean, you guys reading this with me? Danish and British military doctors are preparing field hospitals in Odessa. And many people have had God speaking to them about Odessa. Rhonda happens to be one of them. And a couple other people who actually live in Odessa. And Odessa is a very huge landmarker with events that have occurred. So we have Italy, Croatia, Belgium, and the Netherlands. 2,300 military doctors and medics, from Monday, June 24th. Why? Because they know what's coming. So Finland and Baltic countries will send a limited contingent of military specialists to protect these hospitals from their air organize electronic warfare. Okay, so what we know is that the entire peace summit led by the United Nations, EU, leaders, was nothing more than a meeting to prepare for battle against the Russian armed forces. Good luck. Russia's mean. Okay, complete and total waste. The U.S. halting exports of Patriot missiles other countries so as to supply Ukraine with the monthly production is an act of desperation futility. Okay, U.S. only makes 500 to 550 missiles a year. Russia fired over 4,000 missiles at Ukraine over the same period, exhausting Western air defense capabilities. Russia is mean. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to poke the bear. America is getting ready to, see their freedom not ring. Okay, so let's not forget thousands of Russian glide bombs now being launched monthly from a range challenges the Patriot system, requiring its deployment into the combat zone. Why do you think that they now have a deployment for the draft for men ages 18 to 26 now? It is automatic. They are required that the government registers them. I mean, come on now. So then we have complete gross and incompetence in the U.S. political and military leaderships. All of this has been pre-planned. But it's not just pre-planned. It is biblical. And these people, obviously, the higher-up leaders, the elites, don't process that this is God-given prophecy that's jumping off the daggone pages here. So this isn't rocket science. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine your neighbor down the street was getting attacked daily and asked you to give him a weapon to defend himself. Do you think it'd be a good idea to give him all of your weapons, considering people are attacking him daily? Would it be a good idea to be defenseless? What if those people that were attacking him decided to attack you instead? Anyone who doesn't see what's going on here is blind. The U.S. will be invaded at some point, and our military will be as defenseless as possible thanks to either incompetence or sick traitors in our own government. Bingo, that's exactly what I said. And here is, they've lost their mind. Russia is about to fulfill scriptures of Daniel 7:5. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth of it between the teeth, and they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. Jesus is about to return. The rapture is about to happen, and crap is about to hit the fan, and this is not going to be good. Like I said, the rapture is what triggers every bit of this, and I think it's getting ready to happen anytime. So pray over this as always, and I will see you guys there or in the air. God bless.